Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Resident Evil Remake. And for those who don't know, this is actually my favorite Resident Evil game of all time, so I'm super excited to get into this. And for those who've been following along with the channel, would know that I am also playing through this game, the original version, the 1996 PS1 release at the same time as this. So, the original plan was actually to do the Jill campaign on the original, and then I would do the Chris campaign on this, and then after I finished both those Let's Plays, I would flip them, and I would do the Jill on this and the Chris on the original. But even though it might be honestly a little boring, just for the ease of the viewer, I'm actually going to be doing both Jills, and then after I finish, do both Chris's. I think it would be, it might actually spice things up if I were to do, Chris and Jill and then Chris and Jill, but I think, just for less confusion, I'm going to do both Jills and then do both Chris's after both these Let's Plays are, finished. But yeah, the display is going to be widescreen. I do prefer the new controls. The original are good, but I do think that for moments where, you want to do, like, quick turns on the fly, you definitely want to have the alternate controls. Subtitles don't really matter. I guess I have them on just so, I don't know, you can read it if you can't hear well. Now, this is a bit of a confusing one. Now, when I first played this game, I would always pick number 2 thinking this is normal, but actually, what it actually is that this is normal. You can't play hard when you start a new file. This is normal, this is easy, and this is just like a joke easy, like to the point where I don't even know why anyone would pick this. So we're going to pick 1. It says like climbing a mountain, filling, but takes a lot of work, making you think it would be the hard difficulty. I mean, to be honest, the entire thing in general doesn't even seem like a difficulty select mode, but it is. So you just want to go ahead, if you want the normal campaign, pick 1, and if you want the easier version, just pick 2 and 3. But we're going to go with 1, because I'm going to play the game normal. And like mentioned, I'm going to play with Jill, and to spice things up, I know purists might get really triggered by this, and honestly, I've never really played the game with using the BSAA costumes, but that's exactly why I want to do it. I think it would be cool, seeing as I've never played with these costumes before, to do it in this Let's Play. I know there are probably some who just want me to go with this normal Jill, as, this is how the game was meant to be played, but personally, I want to check out the Jill Valentine BSAA North America costume, so let's go ahead and select this and start up this Let's Play. No live action cutscene this time, but honestly, it looks a little weird. So honestly, I'm not much too complaining. I'm kind of happy they decided to go with just an actual video game graphic cutscene.
Of our compatriots, Bravo team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently beaten. The Bravo team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris.
Bravo team's helicopter was a derelict. Save for the remaining body of Kevin. We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare.
Bro, this loading screen just completely ruined all the tension.
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Barry, and myself. We don't know where Chris is.
What is this place?
Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no.
You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
All right. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp.
Just noticing how out of place Jill looks. Like, she does not look like she belongs here with her outfit.
A dining room.
Alright, so, hey guys and welcome to, I guess, Let's Play Resident Evil. So, yeah, as playing it through both games at the same time, the new controls are so much more smooth. But yeah, here we are in my favorite Resident Evil game, and I'm so excited to be playing this, honestly. Honestly, I don't even know if we need to pick up these increments, but I just will, just for the sake of it. And I guess we'll just run with the knife, because honestly, I think Jill looks super cool with the knife in this game, but... yeah, so all we want to do is just make our way down to the end of this dining table and see what Barry has to say, because, you know, as you can see, he's
I think you'd better take
found
a look
something.
at this.
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Let's just hope it's not Chris's.
Jill looks pretty frightened when Barry said that. I don't know if you should have said that, Barry. You should have just kept it to yourself, man. But, lucky for them, it isn't, because, well, actually, I don't even know whose blood that is, to be honest, but it isn't Chris's, I can assure you that. But, yeah, oh my god, I haven't played this game in such a long time, and I'm so happy to finally be playing it. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can really do down that hallway, so you don't really want to head down there, you just want to make your way down south, and oh my god, I can't wait to see this cutscene, because I can assure you that it looks a lot better than it does in the original game. So, here we go. Look, normally I'm not one to talk over cutscenes, but can I just say how freaking awesome this cutscene looks? As he, like, slowly turns his head back, instead he does, like, the original game, he looks so, like, goofy, but here he looks realistic. He's, like, taking bites out of poor Kenneth here, like, it's just so well done. And yeah, he's gonna slowly walk toward us, but you don't really want to fight him, it's a complete waste of ammunition. You can kind of knock him down, but he'll just get back up. So you would just be wasting ammo if you were to try to fight him. So instead, what you want to do is head through the store,
Barry!
and let Barry take care of it.
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it! What the hell is this thing?
I found Kenneth killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
You know, the dialogue in this game is so much better than in the remake, but... the dialogue in this game is so much... this is the remake. It's so much better than the original, but... yeah, that little, like, whole killed by this thing there was just awful. It was not really the best voice acting. I mean, honestly, it's better than I am, though. Honestly, my voice acting skills would be terrible. I'd probably be, like, you know, the joke of the studio. But, yeah, I mean, as you saw, 3 Magnum shots. Yeah, it's not gonna take that many to take down a regular zombie. I don't know why it takes 3. You know, I'll tell you this, it's gonna take 1 per each zombie once you actually get our hands on a Magnum. Not Barry's, of course, but we will be, you know, finding another Magnum similar to Barry's later within the game. But yeah, now that we have went ahead and, you know, encountered an enemy, I guess we will go ahead and report this news back to Wesker, who should just be in the main hall. And once you go ahead and interact with this door, you'll see that the zombie gets up after 3 magnum shots. Pretty crazy. Kind of like leads the player into thinking that zombies are like a huge threat and have lots of, you know, health and strength in this game, but they don't, so I don't really know what it is. I guess I just wanted to make the first zombie look as powerful as possible to give that horror vibe, but as you can see,
Help me look for him.
yeah, Wesker is
Good idea.
gone. I mean, I wonder what could have happened to him, but now we just want to go ahead and look through the hall. Luckily, in this remake, they got rid of the fact that this was like a loading screen. Walking up the stairs now, you can just easily walk up the stairs without having to go into like a stair type loading screen. In fact, I don't think there actually are any stair loading screens in this game. I know there actually are in Zero, but I don't think this one has any at all, which is interesting. But yeah, as you can see, the mansion is a lot cooler and a lot more, just a lot bigger and a lot more detailed than it is in the original. I really like what they did with this redesign. This genuinely does have to be the greatest remake in history. And you could even see Barry moving down there. That's so cool. Like, I saw him actually walking and looking around. This game is so freaking good, man. It's honestly one of my favorite games of all time. But yeah, once we head back down, we can go ahead and activate a cutscene.
Barry.
Any luck, Jill?
No, nothing. What's going on around here? I can't figure it out.
Same here.
Chris and now Wesker.
There's not much we can do. We can search for him separately. I'll investigate the dining room again.
Okay then, I'll try the door on the other side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could easily get lost. Let's start from the first floor.
Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
Aw, no master of unlocking.
Thanks. I may need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall.
I'll
Got
give
it?
this lock to you,
Okay.
Jill. Master of unlocking. Yeah, that's not even in this anymore. That's actually sad. That was one of the best moments. You know, I actually do believe, you know, I don't want to get too much in it to spoil anything, but I actually believe the Jill sandwich actually still is in this, though, which I think is hilarious. And honestly, I'm not complaining. Super happy that's in here. Now, one thing I'm not going to show off, because, I mean, I might later in the game, but not right now, is you can't actually interact with this door, and, you know, some dogs will come in, but now that my ammo count, like, my health, I have no recovery health on me. I have a knife and 15 shots, so I'm not really going to mess around with that too much, because, let's be honest here, they would, like, drain all my resources if I were to actually fool around with that. But yeah, I've never really understood, why do they separate? They're talking about, how, you know, Chris is missing, you know, Kenneth is dead, sorry, I'm, like, losing train of thought here. Wesker is gone too, and what is their plan? Let's split up and look for clues. I don't understand really their mindset when going to that. You know, if it were me, I would be sticking together as much as possible, exploring every room as a duo, but I guess that's why I'll just never be as brave as Jill and Barry, you know. Honestly, though, I wouldn't. I mean, let's face it. But honestly, I feel like I'd actually have better chances of surviving this game than they would, because if it were me, I would just run into the forest and fight the dogs. But instead, Barry, you know, and Jill think it's a great idea to stay in the mansion where there is, you know, I don't want to get too much into it, but a lot worse things than the zombies' dogs, you know. Especially in the remake, because I don't want to go into it too much yet, but there is, for those who don't know, an enemy that is in the remake that is not in the original version of the game. It was completely added just to the remake, and that enemy alone would, you know, make sure that I'm not advancing into the mansion any further. I'm going back out the front door, thanks, but emergency evade. Using defensive items such as daggers will allow you to escape momentarily when grabbed by an enemy. However, you will not be able to escape when the enemy grabs you from behind. To equip a defensive item, go to the status screen and then select an item from the defensive item menu. Then select the equip command. If your defensive item mode is set to manual in your controller settings, you must press L2 to use the defensive item. Another new addition that was added, you know, specifically just to the remake, but that's when you're grabbed by, I only think, a zombie, and I think there's one other enemy that can activate it, which, again, I don't really want to go too much into. That's the thing, is I don't really like spoilers, but there's so much that I can't cover just because I don't want to, you know, reveal anything. But Some enemies, mainly just zombies though, when grabbed, if you have a defensive item, which for Jill is either a taser or a nut dagger. For Chris, it's either a dagger or a grenade. But yeah, so for Jill, we have these two. If you're grabbed by a zombie and he bites you, if you have one of these things on you, you can easily defend yourself by just quickly using it. But obviously I have the auto use settings on, so I don't have to worry about pressing L2, but basically when I get grabbed, I'll just be able to use that to push him off me and even get some damage in when you're approached by a zombie. But yes, honestly, we probably are just going to end up using this item right away anyways, because we're so much backed into a corner here. So I feel like this whole like defensive item thing was useless. Yeah, because it's just going to go right into him, so that was pointless. Yeah, there's really no, if you've played this game before and aren't let's playing it like I am and don't want to show off everything, then I'm just going to let you know now, there's really no point coming down here, because you're never going to be able to get out of here without using the, defense item. And plus, I ended up wasting 6 bullets plus using that defense item, so really, I was kind of just wasted supplies. But it's a cutscene, and seeing as it's a let's play, I felt it necessary to show off everything. But yeah, there's not really too much you can do in here. What you actually want to do is, join Barry over on the left side, and, ow, I just, itched my eye, and I just, ripped, out some, eye goo or something. That was super freaking painful. I, must have ripped out, some skin or something. Ow, man, but, just, yikes, that hurts. But, yeah, anyway, like I was saying, that's really no point to go down there, but, I mean, because of the Let's Play, I kind of have to show it off, but I am a little bit salty, because now we're going to be 6 bullets down. I mean, at least if I got to keep the dagger, it would have been kind of useful, because then we have a defensive item on us, but, I don't, so... Stupid. But anyway, down here is actually the zombie from the beginning who will follow us, so he's kind of blocking off that way, but it doesn't matter because there's nothing you can do over there anyway. What you actually want to do is head back down here where you found the zombie and keep going and, just head through this door. But really quickly, I actually want to examine Kenneth's dead body, the corpse of your comrade Kenneth. It looks like it's holding onto something, and it's the film that belonged to Kenneth. I need a video player to see what's recorded on it, and there will actually be a time way later in the game, literally, practically at the end, funny enough, you can actually see you'll actually get a chance to see what's on that video, and it's some pretty disturbing footage to say the least. But oh man, I just want to point out that I love this camera angle. It's just so good. You have the nice view of the window with the light, everything about this is freaking awesome, I'm not gonna lie. The camera angles in this game were so good. There's an art to cinematography, and honestly, the devs and the people who work on this game hit it so good. They definitely knew what they were doing and succeeded in every single way with this game. But yeah, because I have 8 slots, we can just pick up everything. I don't even have to combine these herbs. I can just pick them all up single use and we'll still be fine. It's a great thing about playing as Jill. Like I said in my other Let's Play on the original game I'm doing, not looking forward to Chris, and we'll be playing as both Chris's. But honestly, I feel like it is a little easier to manage your items in the It's a little easier to manage your items with only 6 slots in the remake. I feel like the original is where the difficulty is coming from, because there aren't as many item chests as there are in this game. But yeah, I mean, here we are in this next hallway, which is honestly a pretty scary hallway, because as I noticed, there's a dead guy here, but he looks a little different. If you look at his arms, he has nails growing out of him. His nails are really long. He's all red looking, and he doesn't really look exactly like the other zombies, and that's because, whoa, that has never happened to me before. What the heck? That guy is not supposed to do that. In fact, they actually just ruined what, I'm pissed actually, because they just ruined one of the greatest things of all time in this game. Okay, let me just get this guy out of here. My day is officially ruined because I actually want to explain something here. Okay, is this guy dead yet? No, he's not, otherwise I wouldn't auto-target him. Okay, these are, oh my god, I wasted 2 shots, but okay, so something really cool about this game is when you come down here, you have this mirror, and that zombie would actually located right here. And so when you looked into the mirror, you could see him, and it was he was looking looking down this hallway. It was just really cool. It was a really great scene. They used mirrors to really, make horror and just create a great feeling of dread inside you. But yeah, honestly, you can kind of see the item down this hallway because it's flashing in the mirror. But yeah, they just ruined a really good thing, and I'm sad. But yeah, basically, that zombie that looked all, gross and different, I don't want to go too much into it, but I will just say that this game does have a system where after you kill zombies, they're not entirely dead yet. You'll have to do more, and so the couple zombies that we've killed so far aren't fully dead, and we're definitely going to have to take care of them before they come back and, are a little stronger, I'll say. You know, they're not exactly, they don't just come back as normal zombies. They're a little different, but examine an item. From the status screen, select an item, and then select the examine command. The details of the item will be displayed. Which is kind of hinting at the fact that this golden arrow, you know, it's not like we're going to find a bow and arrow you can start shooting arrows from or anything. You know, this golden arrow is more to it. So if you go ahead and examine it, and, you know, you check out what's going on with it, the arrowhead looks like it can be removed, and now we have an arrowhead which does look like it can actually be, you know, used to solve a puzzle, which it can be. So now it's actually useful. Luckily, there are 2 mirrors in this room, and we still get to experience the epicness of the mirror zombies, because we can actually see this zombie in the mirror. Unfortunately, I can't aim my gun at it because it keeps auto-targeting, but let's just, oh my god! I did not think that was actually gonna happen, am I? Kosh! Boo! Boo. I didn't think, I thought since he was looking, okay, I got a critical headshot there, and that's cool because, you know, you save ammo, but, you know, I was talking about how zombies come back. If you get a critical headshot like you did there, they won't come back, so I won't have to do anything with that guy. That guy, we're safe with. But yeah, kind of a little bit, I mean, there's so much health in this game. Resident Evil Remake is not a hard game. I'll go ahead and say that now. You do not have to worry about really screwing yourself over or really dying too much in this one, but yeah, I am kind of a little bit still salty that I took a hit. I feel like I'm, like, taking hits and, like, getting bit for, like, no good reasons. Okay, you know what, let me, since I'm getting bit so often here, let me actually play this safe and back away so we can actually see this zombie come into view first, and then we can start firing off rounds and take him down. Let me go down here. Make sure. I think that should be it, right? You can tell by the auto-target. Okay, that's it. Because if it would have auto-targeted, I think there's another zombie in this room. Nope, just that one. Unfortunately, we weren't able to land a critical headshot, though, so he will be coming back later on, which I'm a little bit sad about. But it's not too bad. Not the end of the world. Anyway, here we're just going to want to push this and then push it down through this little gap in the railing here, and it will break. And then the jewel that it was holding, we can now grab. I'm not sure why we couldn't just take it out of the hand. Maybe the character just had, maybe, you know, the statues had a firm grip on it, but I don't think so. I think it was just holding it out. But, you know, obviously we have to push it so that we can do it, because that's how Resident Evil works, you know. Resident Evil logic coming into play once again. Anyway, the next thing we want to do is something that was not in the original, is this entire outdoor area. In this version of the game, we can go ahead and head through this door, which it actually took me a long time when I first played this game to realize that was a door, because I'll be honest, it doesn't really look like one. Anyway, here we have a zombie as well. Did that hit? I think it is. I'm trying to, like, hear the audio and listen in to see if it's hitting. I can kind of, yeah, he fell. Okay, I heard that. Okay, why does the zombie look so, like, this zombie in particular looks like really mangled. You can, like, see his entire ribcage and everything. Did this zombie, like, die of, was this, like, a guy that was, like, trapped out here and, like, died of starvation or something? Because you can, like, see his stomach and he's, like, so skinny in there. It's, like, so, it's really, like, it's, like, really disturbing, actually. Definitely gonna have to create a whole theory on why this zombie looks so mangled compared to others. Because, for example, I'll show off. Well, this guy's just naked. Oh, well, actually, never mind, he has trousers on, but, see what I mean? Like, he's actually, like, he doesn't have his ribcage showing, you know, he actually has his, like, entire, like, chest to him. But for some reason, that other one looked different. But yeah, that's how you can use the arrowhead. Pretty cool. You just want to go ahead and plus it onto there. Not sure how Jill can climb onto the grave, stand up, and jump and somehow place that perfectly in, that arrowhead in. But you can't just stand on her, like, tippy toes and grab the jewel out of the statue's hand. Video game logic here, I guess, folks, but this is another really cool area. Obviously, the outside area was added, so I think, needless to say, this area was not in the original as well. But this area in particular is really cool because, you know, this coffin isn't just here for decoration. There's something inside there, and it's going to be a boss fight that I'm super excited to take on. Now, honestly, I'd actually say that's my favorite. I don't want to get too much into it, but it honestly probably is my favorite boss fight because, I mean, it's pretty much just a stronger version of a really popular enemy we'll see, so, I mean, it's nothing to... But, I mean, that's really all Resident Evil 1 is, isn't it? All the boss fights in this game. Neptune is just a big shark. Black Tiger is just a big spider, and Yawn is just a big snake. That's it. And then there's, yes, you know, I think the game's old enough to say that the final boss is, you know, the ultimate life form or whatever, as Wesker says, the Tyrants, which is it kind of seems just a bigger enemy version we see, because the tyrant's pretty much just like a big zombie, in my opinion. I mean, sure, he doesn't bite you, but he walks around slow like a zombie, looking goofy. Like, he doesn't really do too much. And seriously, why are all these zombies like walking in front of me now? I feel like, and I've played this game on. I usually play this game on hard, so it's not like it's like a normal difficulty thing where zombies are a lot more like aggressive or something like that. It's not like I play this game on easy or anything. Is this guy dead? Okay, he is. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh yeah, there's like, you know, all the boss fights. The only one that isn't just kind of like a normal one is actually the one that they like a normal big enemy. Is the new one that they added within this game, which actually might be my favorite boss fight, but at the same time, it's also kind of annoying because the noises that boss fight makes are just so irritating. But yeah, so I didn't really talk too much about it because I was talking about bosses, but here, let's go ahead and examine it so that we haven't ever gone into it. It says, you know, sword key, but yes, here we have the sword key, so we can start unlocking a bunch of cool areas throughout the mansion. I'm wondering how I'm going to do this. Should I take the lot? Okay, I'm going to make this episode actually a little bit of a long one because I'm going to do a lot more before we end off this one. Because honestly, I'm glad that this episode's long because I'm having way too much fun playing through this game. I forgot how good this game was. I mean, like I said, it is maybe 4, Resident Evil 4 might be, but nah, I'd say this game is. So yeah, this is obviously my favorite Resident Evil game, so obviously it would be good, but I mean, I forgot just how good, honestly. That's kind of what happens with me, though. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Since we're running out of ammo, let's actually be cheap. Yeah, that did nothing. Yeah, that was pointless. The last shots. Oh. But there's more enemies? Come on. You know what? Let me actually take the knife out. Let me slowly walk around this corner. I'm actually going to walk. I'm going to use the D-pad to move here. Oh, my lord. Okay. Run around. What? Nah, that's cap. I don't believe that. What am I doing? Jill! Okay. But, okay, here we have the wooden mount, which we'll go ahead and take with us, but yeah. What was I gonna say? Sorry. Kind of like having a bit of a mind boggle here. Oh yeah, I just wanted to point out that we got bit from behind, and even if we did have a defensive item on us, those don't work. When you get bit from behind, even if you have a defensive, I kept saying like defensive item equipped, you can't do anything obviously because you're bit from behind and it wouldn't really work. But yeah, we'll go ahead and take the dog whistle with us and a crumpled memo. Today, Sir Spencer told me to hide something where no one could find it. Well, I had this idea. I figured if I could somehow have it protected by a dangerous animal like the vicious canine that lives here, no one would be able to get near it. As far as I can tell, the mutt is always hanging around the second floor balcony on the west side of the terrace. He ought to come running at the sound of a dog whistle. This is where you come in. The thing is, I reckon you're the only person that can get near that damn dog without risking a serious mauling. Which means only you can put this collar on him. The object that Sir Spencer wants hidden is concealed inside. You're the only person I can trust with this. Of course you'll get something out of it as well. Remember that certain item you always wanted to get a hold of? Well, in exchange for your services, I might just be able to get it for you. This could work out well for both of us. John Tolman. Alright, so hiding a certain special item we need to use for progression, obviously, is hidden on the terrace. And we're going to need to get our hands on that. Anyway, I think we have the lighter here, but we can't carry it, which we're actually out of space. Yeesh. Take a look at my map here. Okay, so we're pretty much cleared out every room successfully. But lucky for us, if you're using my memory of the original game here, I do know that there is a save room near us, and that is pretty. Oh my gosh, we're already getting like attacked here by tons of enemies. I think there's like 3 enemies in this hall. Oh my lord. Yes, okay, that was so lucky. We really needed that, and it luckily happened. You know what? Because the save room music doesn't play in the storeroom for some reason in the original, this is the first time we've even heard the Resident Evil 1 save music, and wow. I mean, honestly, it sounds so much better in the remake than it does in the original anyways, but special instructions for the disposal of dead bodies. We have new information regarding those beings. They may appear to be dead, but in fact they're able to come back to life. However, there are ways to prevent them from becoming active again. Currently, there are 2 known methods to cease their resurrection. Incineration, destruction of the head. If further methods are discovered, you will be notified immediately. Meanwhile, to those of you who still have the will to live, oil has been placed on the first floor of the mansion. Take as much as you need. You'll need something to light it with, which you'll need to find by yourself. We're not going to save yet, but this first aid spray, which I don't think we need with us. We have the knife, the shotgun ammo. Keep that with us. Keep that as well. Okay, but put away this. Yeah, so basically, we're not always going to be able to shoot their heads off, let's face it, okay? You know, we haven't already. We've already killed a couple without that. So, there's one other way to do this, and that is, let's go ahead and fill up our canteen with kerosene, which basically is, you know, the oil all over the mansion. And so, we need the lighter, which we know where it is, so we'll just quickly run around the mansion again and get our hands on that. And basically what we want to do is every time we kill one, we just want to go ahead and light their body, which will stop them from resurrecting. Those are the, you know, popping their heads off, or... Oh my lord. This is a lot. Yikes. Oh my god, I don't know if this is going to be enough ammo to take out both of them, honestly. Run! He's probably going to try to puke on me, though. Yeah, he's not going to be able to actually bite me up from here. He's going to try to puke. Oh my god, that actually scared me. Oh my lord. Why won't they just die, man? Okay, you know what? We're not gonna have enough ammo. No way! No way that actually worked. We were able to take out both with those two. That is so lucky. That is so lucky. This is literally the luckiest playthrough of the game I've ever had. Anywho, okay, we have unlocked this, so we're, you know, slowly unlocking more areas of the mansion here. Not too shabby. But those are the only two ways to stop them from turning into a Crimson Head, and that is what they become, where they basically become way stronger than a normal zombie, way faster, and just, you know, can take more hits, you know, give you more damage, and their movement speed is really increased. And they're just overall a pretty big threat. And they don't even bite you, they swing their claws at you. Sometimes they try to bite you, I think. They'll like lunge at you, but most of the time they'll just like scratch you basically with their like sharp nails. So you can't even use a defense item on them. So they're just trouble, to say the least. Anyway, we are gonna be making a lot of progress in this first episode. I didn't really want this to be too long, but I realized because I still do want to explore a huge portion of the first floor. I kind of want to make my way around a certain part of the mansion again, and to do so, we're gonna have to explore a huge major part of the first floor. But it's fine, I guess. But yeah, you just want to put the wooden, like the piece of wood there, and then you can go ahead and light this up with your lighter. I don't know what I was going to say, lantern, and then you go ahead and get a map of the second floor, which is not too bad. Now I'm gonna be making another trip to the item box, so we'll go ahead and grab this green herb and just quickly see what needs to be explored. Okay, apparently I'm still missing something in the library. I think it's a file, and I thought that there was a file there, but I couldn't find it. I think it's one on herbs, so we will just have to make our way back in there again just for completionist purposes, because by the end of this Let's Play, I'm going to say it now, we will have every single room complete, and that's a promise. It's a goal that I have with this series, and I will fulfill it, I know that. But let's go ahead and quickly use this on him. Go ahead and make our way over here. One thing that is good about Chris is that he has a lighter as a permanent item. Jill doesn't, so you have to constantly carry that around with her, whereas Chris, he doesn't have the lockpick though, so he has to use like small keys to open lockpick doors, which are like located around the mansion in various rooms, and it's not a fun time. I mean there are small benefits to both characters. I believe Chris has a better chance of getting critical headshots as well with his gun. He, you know, he's stronger, fast. I don't know. He's just each character has both benefits. I think the remake tried to balance out a little better than the original game did by making sure that, you know, Jill wasn't 100% the better character, but she still kind of is, I'll tell you that. So it's not like it even really matters. Just thinking here. Now that we have, is there anything more I want to bring with us, or is this good? This should be good. I know it doesn't seem good because we have 0 ammo and no knife or anything, so we have nothing to defend ourselves with, but we should be able to easily pick up some items in one of the hallways that is coming up soon. But yeah, we're gonna have to make our way back into the hall and into the library for one final time, just so we can quickly, you know, read something. And if you're wondering, we can't head through here because this door's broken and it's stupid, but no knob. Dang. Based on, like, in beginning, you can't even tell if there's a knob or not because the the camera angles are a little, inconvenient. You know, the ones that they give you. Oh my god, that's always so intense. I never really enjoy dodging zombies in this game. I actually feel like it's a lot easier to dodge zombies in the original 1996 version, and that's just because I feel like they have, like, stupid AI, so sometimes the zombies get, like, oh, here it was, botany, use of medicinal herbs, but I feel like the zombies just have, like, bad AI, so they get, like, stuck in certain parts of the wall in the original, and it makes it easy to just run by them. But it is a well-known fact that there exist many plants that are credited with medicinal healing powers. Since ancient times, mankind has been healing wounds and diseases using various plants. In this book, we will sample 3 herbs that are native of the Arklay Mountain and briefly outline each of their medicinal qualities. Each herb has a distinct color and a distinct medicinal quality. The green herb recovers physical strength, the blue herb neutralizes natural toxins, however, the red herb has no real effect by itself. We have found that mixing green and red herbs results in a magnified effect. We will outline the effects of red herbs when mixed with other herbs when we have more data. Meanwhile, feel free to experiment on your own, for true knowledge is only acquired through experience. Yeah, that file is pretty much, I want to say, identical to the original game as well, so it's kind of just felt like I've read that file twice now in the same day, because I'm recording this same day. I'm not sure what series I'll put more of a focus on. I'm not sure how I want to do this whole, like, uploading both original and remake at the same time thing. I don't know if I want to upload, let's say, one original, and then one remake, and then one original, one remake, or maybe I'll just start uploading plenty of remake and sub-original, because the original is a little shorter than the remake, and also I kind of prefer the remake. It's a little bit more fun, and I'm a little bit more excited to play the remake, and I'm just having a better time with the remake in general. But, I don't know, I might do one here and one there, but I might actually upload maybe one original, 2 remake, just because like I said, not only, like I said, I keep saying like I said, why do I keep saying, what? You know what? I give up. I'm, like, messing this up so bad. Like, my whole, like, commentary just, like, hit like a, I can't even speak. This is horrible. It hit, like, a stop. I kept stuttering, essentially. But, yo, like I was saying, you know, I'm gonna use that phrase again, but now I lost my train of thought. Oh no, it's because I'm saying, yes, 1, I prefer the original, and 2, it's longer, so it would make sense to upload maybe 1 remake and 2 original. Wow, that was a horrible, like, brain freeze that I had there. Really, not fun stuff. Anyway, we should be close to finishing this game up soon, or is this episode up soon? We're not too far away from the point that I want to make it to. Let me just move this stinking bookshelf here and pick up this item. But yeah, I didn't even mention it because I played this game so many times, so it didn't even scare me, so it's like I, you know, felt it necessary. But yes, the window shattered a little bit, and that's a jump scare that's going to happen soon, although we don't think we ever have to go through this hallway again, so maybe we won't experience the jump scare. But yeah, I mean, good stuff. Here we can unlock this door with the key. Well, sorry, not key, lockpick, sorry, but I don't think it's necessary to go in here because the items won't be useful here yet. This room as well. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and show this room off just because there's really no point to ever come back here, so I may as well do it now while we're making our way through this hallway. So let's just go ahead and interact with this bathtub. It is the only thing you can interact with, and something will happen if we go ahead and remove the plug. Damn, Jill, that's a little gross, but yeah, you don't even have to fight this guy. Another reason, I guess, why Jill's campaign is easier, because I know for a fact that in Chris's, you do actually have to fight him. You know, there is no free head stomp like in Jill's, but I mean, because I mean, you do actually definitely want to go into that room as Chris, because there is a small key in that room, and you do really need the small keys. For example, like this room, like I said over here, which is, you know, necessary to be unlocked by the lockpick. Because because Chris doesn't have the lockpick, you wouldn't even be able to go in there. So I guess that's why there is the small key in there as Chris, because I guess they intend you to use that small key on that door right there. That's why they're so close to each other, but yeah, anyway, another reason, I know there's plenty of reasons why Jill's campaign is actually easier, is something that's going to happen really soon. Now, this room, you could obviously tell that it's a trap, and that something bad will happen, and that is actually caused by, if you go ahead, I'm kind of waiting until we actually get into this room here, but that's caused by if you go ahead and take the shotgun. Now, Jill does have the opportunity to put the broken shotgun in there, but you would be missing out on one of the game's like funniest cutscenes, so I definitely wouldn't recommend doing that. But Chris, yeah, because Wesker isn't there to save him, and Barry, you know, isn't in Chris's campaign, you can't actually be saved. So Jill, you can, so you don't actually have to use the broken shotgun. You can just go ahead and easily head through this door, and even though it seems like something bad's gonna happen, we will be saved at the last second by good old Barry. And yeah, and I don't even believe you actually can, you know, quickly put it back even if you wanted to, because I'm just kind of waiting for the scene to finish up here. Oh dang, cutscene's longer than I thought it was, but yeah, the door won't open. I mean, if you were playing as Chris and you went into this room, you wouldn't be screwed. You would easily be able to just go back in here and put it back. But Jill's, you can't. Actually, I think we have to unlock with both locked doors, and yeah, there we go. Now the cutscene will play.
Wesker! Barry! Help!
Jill! You in there?
Barry? Get me out of here! The door's jammed!
Stand back! Grab my hand!
Buddy, your ears are gonna be jammed after the fucking magnum shot firing off right next to you. Gonna go deaf after that. Ears gonna be ringing.
Barry.
That was a close one. A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Really? Thanks. But Barry, didn't you say you were going back to the dining room to find other clues? I'm glad and all, but why are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Anyway, we should get back to searching for Wesker and Chris.
Thanks, Barry. I owe you one.
Don't mention it.
Alright, so the Jill sandwich line is still kinda in there, but it's a little different. And oh yeah, if you look at the map, the door is X'd off now. It's now completely inaccessible, but I mean, yeah, they switched it to you can fit nicely into a sandwich, so they switched things up a little bit. But I mean, the joke was still there, so I'm content. Anyway, what I quickly did take a look at the map is that we almost have made our way back to the safe spot, so we can almost end things off soon. Oh my god, I didn't actually think there was a zombie there. I'd forgotten about him, but just I wanted to show off that this is the door that leads to the next area of the game, but we obviously can't do anything with here now, and I believe this door is the armor key. So yeah, we can't really do anything here, so, and here is locked as well, so this is a whole room of locked doors. This hallway's like useless, but the only one that isn't locked is this door. Now, I didn't show this off earlier, but I believe we actually could have headed through this doorway once we got here, but the doorknob is pretty much, like, broken. You only have a few uses to actually go through that door, so you definitely want to make sure that you don't just waste them, because, you know, the doorknob will be fixed later in the game, I will say that now, but as of now, it isn't, so I want to make sure that when I do head through this door, it's for emergencies, like maybe a crimson head or something. But did I just hear a zombie in this hallway, or am I, like, delusional? No, there was nothing, but seemed like there was for a moment. But yeah, now that we have finally made our way back to the save room, I guess it'd be a good spot to end things off. I mean, this is a pretty long one. It's probably gonna be like a 40-minute, maybe 50-minute episode. I don't know. Do I even want the sword key on us still? You know what? I'll keep it. I'll take the shotgun shells out as well. Actually, you know what I might do? Just because we have so much shotgun ammo, I might actually put the handgun back, because we have no handgun ammo, but lots of shotgun. Go ahead and take our ink ribbons out, and I think this would be a good loadout to end things off with. So, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Let's Play Resident Evil Remake, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye!